Greetings, everyone. So the truth will rise, back with a new video. If you remember in one of our first videos, I talked about the Federal Reserve, broke down a little bit of the history of that, some of our monetary systems and policies, and kind of why certain things are the way they are right now. One of those things, of course, with the advent of the Federal Reserve System is the income tax. And we talked about that as well. And with the income tax, again, a lot of people think that the income tax, that it goes to schools or, highways and defense and all of these things, when in fact, nothing. It could be further from the truth. What I have here, this is War on Waste. This is the Grace Commission report. The Grace Commission was commissioned by President Reagan. This is back in the 80s, 82, I believe, to basically find out where all the money was going. And it talks about the income tax. And within this is the first page. Now you can go, anybody can go and get this. You can go to your local library and find this. You can get online and type in Grace Commission report and find this. So this is not hidden knowledge, okay? And here's what it says, okay? The Grace Commission confirms the allegation that the income tax revenues go 100% to pay the interest on the national debt, and not a single nickel of it goes to the government. Whatever services we have, they are not being financed by the income tax. Okay? Now this is straight from the Grace Commission. This is what they said. Okay? So all the people in the tax honesty movement that have been saying that, okay, this is from the U.S. government. Okay? I understand that your tax dollars aren't going to little Johnny and Susie's school. They're not going to repair the roads or to defense or any of those things, social programs, none of those things, okay? This is going to interest on the national debt, okay? And who are we indebted to, America? The international bankers, the Federal Reserve, okay? The Central Bank of the United States. A system and an institution that does not have to be in existence, that we don't need, and that we need to look to abolish. Okay? Let's read on some other highlights of this report here. Now, in this report, it talks about implementing certain cutbacks in order to alleviate the national debt. Okay? And it talks about how what most Americans want is a smaller, less intrusive government. The term that they use is getting the government off their backs. Okay? And it talks about how precisely to do that. Now, here's a portion that I think I found particularly interesting, and I think you will as well. I'm just going to read over it real quick, okay? And what it says is, if fundamental changes are not made in federal spending as compared with the fiscal 1983 deficit of $195 billion, a deficit over 10 times that amount, $2 trillion, is projected for the year 2000, 17 years from now, 1983. Okay? In that year, the federal debt would be $13 trillion. Okay? Now, the Grace Commission was just 10 years too early in their forecast, of their projection, because that's roughly what the debt is now. And the spending is not stopping anytime soon. So if this was projected way back in the 80s, okay, this is nothing new, okay. It's important for you to understand that the income tax is a little more than a system of control, okay. That's what it amounts to. Because I mean, if you look at even when you get paid, they don't even give you the option of paying some of this stuff. They just take it right out of your check, you know, and you never even see that money. And very few people wonder why, you know. Um, Again, I keep coming back to it because it's true. It is about control.